Welcome to Managing Metrics, a series of videos highlighting contact center metrics that matter to managers. I'm Bruce Belfiore, CEO of BenchmarkPortal, here to talk to you about hold time. In this video, we will define hold time, talk about why it's important and how it's calculated, mention industry averages for the metric, and explain how hold time can impact your operations. This video is brought to you by BenchmarkPortal, the source for contact center training, certification, benchmarking, and consulting. If you like this video, please subscribe and hit the like button, which will allow us to continue providing you with valuable, free educational content just like this. Hold time is a standard reporting element of contact center ACD platforms that measures the amount of time that callers are placed on hold during a call. This is a key performance indicator that contact center managers must pay attention to in managing an effective and efficient contact center operation. Some centers calculate this on a daily or weekly basis, but most often it's benchmarked monthly and annually. Specifically, hold time is the cumulative sum total of all hold time divided by the number of calls that were placed on hold. This formula provides the average length of time that callers spent on hold when they are placed on hold by a contact center agent. It's important to note that some calls do not accumulate hold time, whereas others do. For benchmarking purposes, we are only concerned with calls that are put on hold. And in most centers, it's inevitable that some calls will be put on hold because agents must use hold time to look up vital information in a knowledge base or contact a supervisor or other subject matter expert for assistance on handling the call. Having zero hold time over the course of a year is highly unlikely unless the center has policies in place that require agents to keep the call live until it concludes. Taking this a step further, let's consider hold time in the context of another key performance metric, calls transferred. Some centers make a strategic choice to have agents escalate or transfer difficult calls. Others prefer their agents to use hold time to find the answer, which can also help those agents to resolve the issue themselves the next time it arises. These decisions are often a function of agent training and tenure. High turnover, low tenure centers may tend to have their agents transfer difficult calls to more experienced employees rather than having the frontline agent use hold time. Centers aiming for higher skilling and longer tenured agents will favor holds over transfers where this is possible. In benchmarking, we often see a balancing out of these two metrics within a center. For example, pursuant to management strategy, a center may perform rather poorly against its industry peers in hold times, balanced out by superior performance on calls transferred, while other centers will have the opposite result. So why is hold time an important key metric to track? Because every second of time that callers are on hold lengthens your handle time, which, if left unchecked, can quickly escalate operating costs for your center. And there's also been a number of studies done on the use of hold, and the results are not very surprising. Generally, callers don't like being on hold, and if they wait too long, they'll hang up. If there are other options, they may choose to take their business elsewhere. Obviously, lost business isn't good for your company or for you. Finally, hold time may add to telecom costs. So, minimizing the use of hold time is a wise customer loyalty and cost control strategy to follow. Digging a bit deeper, in a survey of more than 2,500 consumers, nearly 60% of respondents indicated they believe that 1 minute or 60 seconds is too long to be put on hold. And another study found that 60% of callers placed on hold will hang up if they are on hold in silence for longer than 60 seconds. Imagine what that can do for your first call resolution numbers if callers are repeatedly calling back due to long hold times. So, what are best practices to aim for in managing your hold time? For one, you should always ask the caller permission to put them on hold. This quick courtesy is appreciated by most callers. Also, let the caller know the approximate amount of time you expect them to be on hold, especially if you think the hold will be on the longer side. In terms of how long holds generally are, the average annual hold time across all industries that we benchmark is 36 seconds. with the top quartile of centers averaging just 21 seconds. Those are some impressive statistics to measure up against. And it's understood that this benchmark may be hard to achieve in some sectors, especially tech support. There are many ways to reduce hold time, including improving your agent training and coaching based on monitored calls. Find out what's behind the hold times in these calls and, based on frequency of issues arising, add training to agents so that they can handle the most common difficult questions by themselves. Many centers have reduced hold times considerably by improving their knowledge management systems and their customer relationship management systems to smooth retrieval of information and process flow. Others have improved or expanded their expert hub, which is a term used for a group of experienced employees who can quickly be called upon by agents to help resolve issues. If you are interested in seeing hold time averages directly related to the work your center performs, you should consider one of our benchmark reports specific for your own industry. These reports will show you the average and upper quartile performance of industry peers in this and many other performance metrics. We mentioned earlier how hold time, left unchecked, can increase costs. Let's look at how this can impact your center operations. In a center with an average handle time of 6.23 minutes, where the cost per call is $5, an average hold time of 90 seconds or 1.5 minutes is costing your center $1.20 for each hold. If your center has just 20,000 calls placed on hold in a year, this means $24,000 in additional costs. And if your center places 200,000 or 2 million calls on hold, well, you get the picture. It can be costly while running the risk of turning off your customers or worse, turning them to your competitors. It's also important to note that hold time impacts other metrics like average speed of answer, because longer holds means longer handle times, which reduces the availability of agents to handle the next incoming call. And customer satisfaction is tied to their experience on the call. Long hold times, especially in silence or when listening to music that repeats over and over again, can be a real turnoff to callers. Studies show that customers are most loyal to companies who respect not only their business, but their time. Many centers establish a threshold goal or a protocol that agents must follow as to how long a call may be placed on hold. For example, for no longer than a minute at a time. This threshold is meant to keep agents and supervisors aware of how long the caller has been on hold, encouraging agents to seek the most accessible resource for assistance and checking in with the caller as a courtesy so that the caller knows you are still working to resolve the issue. If you feel that you may have high hold time due to lack of training for your supervisors and team leads, or for the agents themselves, please talk to us about certified training of supervisors, coaches, and agents. This certification training can improve employee satisfaction and retention, along with providing better operational performance for your center overall. And now a couple of questions for you on hold time. Does your center actively manage hold time? Do you have hold time protocols or thresholds in place for your agents to follow? And if so, what are they? We'd love for you to share your thoughts or ideas in the comments below with the community of contact center experts who regularly visit us here. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel to get great content delivered to you. Good luck minimizing your hold time.